And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Carolina Panthers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now a first down throw for Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And on the ground they go with a running back. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And they'll run it here. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Side here, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Carolina Panthers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Go. That's it. 180. Do some.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Funches has it complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Ready. 180. Express.
Newton now to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready. 180.
Newton on 1st down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Ready. Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, hold it.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
That's it. 180.
Throwing again is Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. 17 yards to pick up there. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Great. Set. Black 80. Let's rock now. Gun.
Newton throwing again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. He's at the 30, past the 20, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
Great. 4 down. We're set. Ready to eat. Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Gun. That's it. 180.
On 1st down, Newton got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Set. Black 80. Do some.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The 20, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They give him a gain of 37. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Come on now. That's it. 180.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Gano the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
Detroit!
Here's Jackson to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And an alley to run. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, But how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Now let's go!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they run.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Dante Moncrief with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary didn't really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Newton on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the 50, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
20.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Set. 180.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Set. Green.
Now Jackson on second down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Jackson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now Jackson on first down. Completes it to Moncrief left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
319. Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go.
Now it's Jackson. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, it's Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Newton dancing to his left. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a first down throw for Newton. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Gano out to kick this one away. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson to throw on 2nd down. And he's got his man on the out route. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Shreds the tackle and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Detroit!
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a handoff looking right. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That's it, baby. Detroit!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On first down, Newton. Incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun. Set. 180.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Here we go. Leopard.
After the interception, here's Jackson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
All right, here we go.
Throwing is Jackson. And this is incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
On third down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Say 180. 180.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on second down is Newton. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Gone!
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90!
Jackson from the shotgun. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
And they'll run it here. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Set! Blue landing! Blue landing!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that can come back and get you.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now Newton on first down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Throwing again is Newton. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Detroit! Gun!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Now
Green,
contact
39.
up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton eluding the pressure right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They come out here in the eye. Newton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they try the right side here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. 59.
And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 89 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Tucker now for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Newton on first down. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Ravens, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Carolina, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.